Hello, and a very warm welcome. And yes, you read the title right. Big Lewis Hamilton fan. But, yep, I'm going to say it how I see it. Not many people will do a video like this, but this is how I'm feeling right now. Lewis getting a lot of praise for his podium. But yeah, ironic really. If you actually look into it deeper, is Lewis Hamilton a liar and a hypocrite? Now, I am a big Lewis fan since 2006, but recently it's becoming quite alarming. You'll go back to Baku, basically saying a bad back to deflect away from George's success. George was on a massive roll of beating Lewis. What better way to deflect it away from George by giving it the old arch in the back? And then Canada, absolutely fine. We've got no arching, we've got no nothing at Canada because he's back on the podium. Now, I'm over the moon. Lewis was back on the podium. Hopefully, we can see that consistently now. But yeah, I'm sick and tired, really, of the excuses. I honestly don't know why they can't just come out and say, we're an equal machinery. George has done a better job, but I'm going to come back firing and I'm going to beat George. It's all excuses, PR, bad backs. The car's not the same. It's so nonsense. I don't know how they get away with putting out such bullshit, to be honest. Yeah, but you gotta say it how it is. I mean, you can support, but you gotta say that like I've always been like that. No matter who it is. Vettel was an idiot. I called him out. Lewis, same issue as Vettel with a helmet. Call him out. You've got to do it. Now it would be easy not to call this out and just enjoy the podium, enjoy the moment, but you go through it. Baku complaining of a bad back, yet he's on the podium at Canada and there's no arching at the back. We called it before it happened. Arch in the back, if he gets a good result at Canada, there'll be nothing of the sort. And the media are just ignoring this. You know how it's Lewis's back, podium and all that. They've ignored it. So you've had a bad back last week. Apparently going to miss the Canadian Grand Prix, and now it's absolutely fine. It's rosy, bouncing about on podium like a kangaroo. Yeah. I don't get it. I really don't. And people just ignore the fact that a week ago he had a bad back, could barely walk, and now it's okay. So if he'd have actually gone with a bad back at Canada, it would have looked more believable. The story. The team will do anything to protect Lewis. It's clear to see. Look at the tweets they've been putting out. I mean, Lewis Hamilton's used to getting podiums, and Mercedes are going crazy about it. Yeah. On Friday as well, this is where it comes in. Liar, hypocrite. Now, you got to call it out as you see it. Right. Friday, this car is so bad. Saturday gets... So that statement, this car is so bad. What do you think that does to the people at Brackley? Basically, just kick your team while you're down. And then Sunday, the podium, the guys have done a great job back at the factory. So the car was shite, and now it's the best thing since sliced bread. Yeah, I think the backstory was made up to deflect away from George. Like, he was on such a good run, it was like 5 in a row where he'd beat him. Oh, and ironically, we don't see an apology to George for the shitbox at Canada. It was obvious it was going to happen. So we have a back injury, apologies for the shitbox. The same result happens, but role reversal at Canada. No apologies to George, and no back issue all of a sudden. Yeah, Mercedes are protecting Lewis at all costs. Yeah. I call it how I see it. I always will do. I'm a Lewis fan. That's not going to change. But sometimes you got to do the difficult videos. Anyone can sit here and praise him for getting a podium again. But it is looking hypocritical and coming across as bullshit. Because I honestly do believe the back injury was like a cover-up for George actually on such a roll. It's just nonsense, and they're still persisting with these. The cars are not equal. They're honestly conning the fans who pay for merchandise, paying for tickets, and they're conning the fans. They are conning the fans. But again, it goes unnoticed by the media because Hamilton's back. Hamilton's back on the podium. Like a week ago, he's all the stories. It basically is. That's what it is. It is the Lewis Hamilton show. Because whether George is beating him, putting on excuses, getting out the car with a bad back, he's on the podium, and like George, there's no apology to George. Yeah, it's crazy, really. Honestly, comment down below. It's brave of me to do this video, I would say, because, yeah, I don't know how this is going to go. But, yeah, I would actually like to know your thoughts on this. Is Lewis Hamilton a liar and a hypocrite? Because putting on back excuses and then a week later he's absolutely fine, even though he was supposed to be missing the Canadian Grand Prix. And once the back happened at Baku, it's like the next day I'll be raring to go in Canada. I don't believe the backstory for 1 minute. I think that was a deflection away from George, taking a 7-time champion to school. Lewis bounced back. Canada is a good track for him. We go to Silverstone next. I hope Lewis can keep the momentum going. Turn this season around. It's been tough. But anyone can support Lewis in the good moments. It's in the bad moments you show your real support. And sometimes you've got to do the difficult videos. Call it out as you see it. There's been lies. There's been bullshit. And a bit of I don't know the word, but yeah. It's coming across as lies. Bullshit. Hypocritical, that's the word. Yeah. That is basically it. Baku. Big back injury. Yeah, and it got so much coverage and headlines instead of George on the podium. Canada on the podium, absolutely fine. Friday, the car is so bad. This car is so bad. And then Sunday, it's the best thing since sliced bread. Even though they're still miles off Red Bull and Ferrari. Yeah, I don't get it. Comment down below. But yeah, an honest Hamilton fan basically calling out the bullshit. They have been conning the fans with the nonsense that they're putting out there. They've got the same car. They have the same car. It's honestly bullshit. Of course, they might be tweaking it in practice, but like you could go with low drag. But I don't believe it. I honestly don't believe it. Toto's gone down in my estimation. I'm not a Mercedes fan. I want them to do well because Lewis is obviously driving for them. I'm a McLaren fan. I'm a Lewis fan. I don't really care for Mercedes. They've gone down in my estimation. Making bullshit excuses. Back injuries. Equal cars. And they're saying different setups. They really have been conning the fans. And again, it goes ignored. The media didn't even mention a week ago that Lewis supposedly had a bad back. And now he's fine. It's just, Lewis is back. Lewis is back. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. The biased stinks to high heaven. It needs calling out. Not many people will call it out. But I'm a Formula 1 fan. I don't sit on the fence. I call it out when, whether it's Vettel, Max, Lewis, Stroll, Latifi, it's got to be called out. Interesting. I've got no idea what the comments are going to be like on this one.